All right, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man. Give me a few minutes and I'll tell you why you're here, why I'm making this video, and what my plan is for this year. Um, Last year was definitely challenging, but I still did a lot that I wanted to do trading wise, but in a way, I'm not proud of my trading, if that makes sense. I ended not ended, but in December, I had a pretty good trade on gold. We're not looking at gold right now, but it's gonna make sense in a second. So had a good trade on gold, 5 figures. Uh, and like I don't know what did it exactly, but I think not having structure is why I gave some of that money back. Still have some, like I still have a good amount, but I'm not just proud of the fact that I gave some of the money back when I didn't have to. But what I am learning is to be consistent, which that's what I want to do. To be consistent doing this, you have to give yourself a lot of structure. Like, we want this to be fun. And I think part of it is like part of doing this is fun, but there needs to be a lot of structure or else I had the just from reflecting yesterday, no one likes to lose, of course, but winning, right? When you win in a way that isn't structured, I'm realizing that that will eventually destroy you because it's like you're telling yourself, okay, see, it's okay. Like, I don't have to, follow certain rules and it will still work out. It's a thought that it's not something that it's not going to be after your first win or it'll take a while depending on the person, but after doing this for so long I am realizing that you not only have to manage your risk on the losing side, but on the winning side the risk is you got to win the right way or and in a structured way, or eventually you will reinforce bad habits that'll have you give the money back. So why am I making this video? I have decided that I'm going to take 500 trades a certain way, a specific way. I've decided, and I was doing this before, but you know, I've basically decided to document all of this as well. I'm a big proponent of Notion. If you know me, Notion allows you to document so much uh in a way that I can see this on my phone. I can share this link or project or whatever, and y'all can see this. Y'all don't have to edit it, but you can just follow along the journey in a way that for the price to be able to do this, I think is worth it. So I'm documenting my trading a certain way, not just for online, but really for me, because I need to see, can I identify this trade more than 50% of the time? And I need the data for me to know that so that I don't deviate and just go down the slippery slope of trying to make all the money. Why 50% and why this trade? Well, let's talk about what this trade is real quick. I'm not going to take forever, but if I don't put everything I use on here, I mean, this looks like a pretty good trade. This is where I got in. This is Bitcoin. And the cool part about this trade, all day I was getting cooked on not Bitcoin, but just other pairs, and just like it just was getting to me. And I realized after I won this trade a few things. I mentioned that I made a decent amount of money in December. And I remember what that felt like, right? It felt good, but it didn't feel the way I thought it would. It didn't give me the clarity or the stability that I thought it would. And but this trade did. And the thing about this trade is I think I made like $26 on this trade. Now, how could a trade that I only make $26 on give me more, not P&L wise, but emotionally, than a $10,000 plus trade? How? What I realized after winning this was that this is not about the money. I wanted a win. And I wanted a win in a way that I felt like I understood, not just in a way that, oh, I just made some money, right? And I didn't want to feel like luck almost. This is a very important distinction for me because when it clicked that can feel better making less money, I kind of realized I need this structure because this is what I want. I want to win, and I want to win the right way, right? Winning and doing it in a way where I'm risking too much on the gold trade I was in. I made a lot of money, but I knew I was risking too much. I knew I was. So the whole time through the trade is just torment. Anytime it goes against you while you're waiting on it to go to your target. It it's crazy that a trade like this taught me that I want to win the right way. But this is why I'm making not only this video, but the videos going forward and just this channel. Um, that's the point. The point is to reinforce the good habits and to win the right way doing this. So, let's talk about why I took this trade, and then we're gonna get off. Okay. I'm gonna try to make these as short as possible, but I had to just give y'all the small part of the backstory here. I like to, like I said before, understand where I'm at in the market. How I'm doing that in a structured way by not guessing is by using something called order flow. Order flow, I'm gonna turn it on in a second, but order flow is like looking into the candles. It's like the skeleton inside of each one of these candles. It breaks up the prices in a way where you can see at this price it was a ton of buyers, or down here it was a ton of sellers. That's what order flow is. It's a skeleton of what is going on at a certain price. So I'm switching it on now. I got the thing about this, what trading like this has shown me is, for me to even see what I need to see, I have to really zoom in. Like I have to extremely zoom into this. Here we go. Right, until I can see these labels and stuff and I can see the delta. Now, on Bitcoin, don't worry about this saying zero and all of that because I'm on the 2 minute. If I go to like a bigger time frame, these numbers will be a lot bigger. Okay, but remember how I said this is the candle on the left, and then at it's like broken up by the prices, and it's showing me where the buyers are. In this case, where the sellers are, and this white box is I'm learning extremely important for how I like to trade. This white box is where the most volume took place in the entire candle, right? So each candle, white box, all the volume took place down here, or not all, but the most volume was traded here. Most volume was traded up here. I took this sell because, oh, here we go. I took this sell because we swept. I'm gonna go back to the uh, regular candles real quick and show you why I took it. So we swept highs, and I have over here just a bigger time frame, but this is the same place. All right, we're sweeping highs, and when we do, all like most of the volume is taking place at the top of the candles. I have come to realize that this is a very good sign that, especially after like we run up, if we immediately, all the volume takes place up here and then we reject, this is, some people called it a failed auction. There's like a lot of different names for it, but I have just come to realize this is a really good sign that we're about to turn around. So it's a really good hint. It's not like, oh, every time I see that I'm just spamming sells. Like, no, and it's not the same way with buys. But when you mix this with a few things, it helps you understand what can happen in the short term, potentially. Especially if you, the way I'm doing it, I'm trying to do 2-to-1 risk to reward, and I'm trying to just stick to that, so that even if I lose 2 trades and then win one, I'll be break even. And that is something that surprisingly isn't easy, because you think you want to just hold this forever, but no, just 2-to-1, right? I'm gonna turn on the rest of what I had that helped me understand, like, oh, we really might be turning around. Between this chart and this chart, I'm actually looking at 3 time frames, but like I'm only getting the, like, what's the word, I'm only trying to use the minimum or the least amount from each time frame that I would need to make the decision. This already can get cluttered, and then when I get into order flow, I have to really zoom in to see what I need to see. But just looking at from a glance, like when I was looking at the chart, this red line to this red line is an hour of time, so that means this is the high for that hour. Follow me here. The next hour, we run the previous hour, we trade above it, and immediately, remember, we zoomed in, all the volume was up here and we rejected. Now, I didn't get in the trade here. I got in like here when I saw it come back up and then do the same thing again. I thought I was just gonna miss the trade, but when I saw it again, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the sell and I'm gonna put my stop above where, essentially, the way I look at it is buyers are trapped above this high. Why? Because we traded up here. There's a ton of volume. That's what we saw with the order flow. But then still we rejected. So someone's trapped up here trying to buy the breakout. Okay. Now, I've traded a lot of different concepts and things, and at times I'm not just thinking of it in this way. This is just like my, how I'm approaching my rules of engagement. Let's say that, right? But you'll notice you got a few things. You got this clean low that you could target. You have this open fair value gap that we left that you could also target. You got this swing low. And look at what price does. It just attacks all of this. Like it attacks the volume inbound. Like it just attacks all of that, right? But we start all the way up here with my bad. We start all the way up here with that failed breakout that I'm not guessing if it happened. I'm literally looking at the candles in real time. And this being all the way up here, right? You'll also notice the reason I have delta on here is because there's a concept called the delta shifting, where see how the delta is positive and then in literally the next candle is negative. That's a shift. We go from positive to negative. Cool. But at the same time, all of the most traded volume is at the top of these candles while that's happening. And we got everything below to target. Now you see, this doesn't last forever. This is not like oh, I get in this and this is finna just, go to zero. No, this is why you do a 2 to 1 for me. And this is why I'm making this video. Hopefully I can go back and watch this. So when I'm crashing out, I remember. And I don't want to wish that on myself. But if I do get to a point where I stop trusting this, that is why I'm making this content, because this is real. I watched this live happen. I have many other examples, and this is what you will see in my Notion. This trade is in here, Bitcoin short, and I'm tracking things. I'm taking images, and I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm not guessing, I'm doing the same thing. And truthfully, after 500 trades, if I can identify this with at least 50% accuracy, not only will I make money, but that's not a fluke. Doing something 500 times. And we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can't identify this with, oh, look at my screen. Yo, what's going on? Okay. Maybe I can't identify this with 50% accuracy. I don't know. But, if you want to, one, hopefully learn a little bit more about trading and see how this goes, please, stick around. I'm going to put the link to this entire Notion in the description of this video, so you can kind of follow along with my P&L. Um, yeah, I have enough money to be able to do this on a small scale, and it doesn't affect me emotionally in a real account, and then enough to try the prop firm way. Um, but the goal is not money. Like after seeing that I could be happier winning $26 the right way, I understand it's not about the money anymore. It's about the structure. And it's about being proud of me following a plan and sticking to it in a world of uncertainty. Like that is what it's about for me. Right. So yeah, I hope that at the end of the 500, the goal is over 50%. Like I said, if that's something you're interested, man, stick around, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow. I don't know if this will be an everyday thing, but we're starting off the year right. So see you on the next video.